Henshin go go, baby. What's good, guys? Yoku here, and I feel like you already know I'm here. Like I never make any of these, bro. But like, come on, literally, you just heard me say Henshin go go. Okay, what does that mean? What are you always saying at the beginning? Henshin, transform. All right, it's time to transform. Starlight Knight, Billy. They just drip fed him and Promeia, but like realistically, come on, bro. It's Promeia. We already know she's cracked. Will I talk about Promeia? Yeah, but am I really here for Promeia? No. I'm here for Billy the Kid. Let's talk about it. Are you tired of losing? Are you tired of losing those 50-50s to bullshit? Well, don't worry, big dog. I got just the deal. Let me show you a popular website that helps gamers buy more for less. Nani? Not only can you score games for less, but they've also gotten a partnered top-up services, meaning you can buy your pulls cheaper too.
Oh, that's nice.
On top of that, Aniba offers something else I haven't seen any other site do, a 10% cash back with each purchase. Now I get cheaper pulls and my money back. But wait, there's more. Using my link in the description box will get you all set up to start saving more money today. Now get out there and go pull that new character. Okay, so we are looking at my boy Billy. We are looking at my boy Billy. All right. Never did I think this day was coming, but we're here now. I just want to watch it. All right. I was asleep and then they drip fed and now I'm awake and I have my coffee. I want to see what's happening.
Oh, manager, that was quick.
Did Nicole pay him?
No problem. Just doing what a Starlight Knight should do.
I gotta pause. He's so sick, bro. No problem. Just doing what a Starlight Knight should do. My boy finally made it. He finally became the Starlight Knight that he wanted to be. Like if you're new to Zenless, you should be going through this now. Billy wants to be a Starlight Knight. What's a Starlight Knight? It is New Iridu's version of Power Rangers or Kamen Rider, whatever type of Super Sentai you want to look into. That is what their Starlight Knights are. Okay, and Billy is just fanatic about them. He's a huge Starlight Knight fan, and he always like he lives his life as if he is going through as a Starlight Knight. Everything about his code, the way he is, how he acts, Starlight Knight through and through. Okay, and so the fact that the developers finally gave him everything, and I'm already speculating how this happened. I heard him say earlier, like, thank you, manager, for whatever, right? The payment or something like that, which means Nicole finally paid him, maybe, so that he could get his original. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this might be his original body, or maybe this is a brand new body. I don't know, because when we did the Sons of Caledon story, right, we got to figure out that Billy was originally a part of the Sons of Caledon, and that he is Lighter's and Caesar's younger brother, essentially. How Billy became what he is, if he was born that way, if he's a human inside and he's not really, you know, whatever, or if he's just straight up like a cyborg. I don't know, but you know, that is Billy. We know that. We know this little bit of lore about the character, which is phenomenal. But now my boy has a brand new body. He got a brand new coat of armor. Okay, now I can't tell y'all what I've seen. If you go on Twitter, it's all over Twitter. I cannot show you. Can't show you, bro. Listen, I want to show y'all so bad, because then you get to see me light up even more. I want to show you what I see, but I can't show you what I see. Okay, I made a tweet. He has a fucking rider kick. All right, what's a rider kick? A rider kick is literally, maybe I'll put up the thingies. I'm gonna get copyrighted by Tokusatsu. I'm not doing that. All right, a rider kick is literally like a kick from the heavens. Okay, it's when the hero comes from the sky and he does the crazy pose and he comes down with like a flaming hot kick, right? Or a lightning blitzing kick, whatever, just a super special effect kick. And it's supposed to be like the epitome of I'm about to beat your ass, right? Like, this is my ultimate move. You're getting smashed. And only, for the most part, as far as I'm aware, only like Kamen Riders, right? So like the rider, the hero, the main heroes, they are the ones with a rider kick. Now anyone could do a rider kick, to my understanding, but Billy has a rider kick. Again, I can't show you what I've seen, but he has a rider kick. His animations are sick. They look like a mixture of Mawika and everything else. I don't know, but like, I'm more fanatic about the rider kick. Okay, he has a fucking rider. Anyway, let's actually look into like what Billy has going on. Yeah, minus me geeking out about the character, bro. You guys never see this stuff from me. All right, he's physical. That's cool. We already knew that. He's keeping his element. I think some people thought he was gonna be fire because of the Sons of Caledon with Lighter and whatnot. He buffs fire and ice. So fire or ice, I'm assuming fire because gun fire, right? But he's still physical. That's cool. So this leads me to believe one of two things, possibly three. We'll talk about each one. Number one, they are completely making brand new characters that will work with Billy. This could be new members of the Sons of Caledon that we've never seen before. I don't know why they would do that, but it's a possibility. It could just be new Starlight Knight members, right? Now that he's an official Starlight Knight, at least as far as he's aware, we could get real Starlight Knight characters that show up, and maybe they get their own version of like, this is my regular form, and then I transform into the Starlight version whenever I go into combat, right? We've seen that with Arya. Arya has her human form, and then whenever she does her ultimate, she gets into her android form, right? Or her robo form. So maybe we get something like that where there's just a bunch of new characters that get introduced throughout the course of the next 3.0 cycles, and that's what the teammates will be for Billy. That would be a really cool idea. I would love that. The second idea, or the second kind of like concept or theory that I have when it comes to Billy, is that Lighter is going to be one of the next ones that get buffed or reworked, or Lighter and Caesar, Lighter or Caesar, preferably both. But essentially they're going to rework something in their kit so that they can now work with Rupture agents and a lot more other characters outside of just Sons of Caledon. Does Lighter really need that? No, but we have seen this. We've already seen this. If you guys go back and look at the event that we had, the only co-op event that we've ever had in Zenless, if you go look at what Lighter had, Lighter's buff was basically converted so that it worked for everything. Every single element in the game got buffed up by Lighter, right? It was no longer just fire and ice. He benefited everyone, and a lot of players want that from the character. Do I want that? I'm not against it. I don't want it. The reason I say I don't want it is because, and I've talked about this in some previous videos, but if you're new, I'll go ahead and re-explain my theories behind that, or like why I think the way I do. When you have a much more like a niche support or a niche something, you can make it that much stronger. And so Lighter, when Lighter came out, he was only for fire and ice, and even to this day he's only for fire and ice. And it wasn't until Dylin released that she officially replaced Lighter in a lot of the comps that Lighter wanted to be in, right? Just because she did his job better, which was stunning, and she gave more buffs or more supportive capabilities than what Lighter was able to do. Whereas in Lighter's case, pre-Dylin, of course, Lighter was giving, I think it was in my numbers might be wrong on this, but like 35% red shred or something like that, 75% damage boost on top of the 35% red shred. He gave even more damage boost, and some would crit. I don't remember everything, but like Lighter was stacked. Okay, for a stun character, Lighter was supporting a lot, and he has a 3-second stun duration as well, right? So like that was huge. People want that with Billy. I could see that with Billy. That would be phenomenal with Billy. But moving past that point, the last thing that I'm thinking here when it comes to I guess like trying to work in Billy into whatever's going on is that this is going to be a Varka situation from Genshin Impact. That's not a good thing. This doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna go that bad route, but what I mean by the Varka situation is that he's a really cool character. We love him. He's awesome. He's super sick, great animations. They put a lot of love into this character. He's gonna come out and he's gonna suck, and they're gonna like abandon him. Whatever he has is what he has until they decide to make something for him. Now, to be fair, Varka is getting Linnea, I think is her name. She's getting ready to come out here in a little bit, like a couple weeks. So Varka is getting that. Will that make Varka a top 5 DPS? From what I've seen and what I've experienced with Genshin and like all the theory crafters, the answer is still no. Like he's, even with Linnea, he's still not creeping up in the top 5. You know who is? Or Nicole, my bad. I don't think it's Linnea that he's getting, it's Nicole that he's supposed to be getting, but Linnea is just carrying Zabai, and there's a lot. I don't want that to happen for Billy, but whatever, right? Ultimately, I'm getting ahead of myself. Ultimately though, I think it's okay for now, but we can clearly see that he's gonna need more. No one in the game currently works with a physical Rupture character, and Billy being Billy, I can't imagine his best teammates being Dylin and Lucia and calling it a day, because at that point it's just like what I said with Ishwin or with Yidhari or Minato or even Vanway. Once you have one Rupture character, maybe 2, you really don't need another one. Like, are you trying to match the elements? You don't need that, because they already have 100% defense shred. They don't care. They're already stacked out characters most of the time, and they're fully self-functional. So it's not like if like in the event I was pulling from meta and I'm like, okay, I have Yidhari and I have Ishwin, right? Or I have Yidhari and I have Banwei. Do I really need Billy? No. So like them making him a Rupture agent and physical, I can't really tell. And making him a physical attack agent, while that would have been more beneficial because the only physical attack agents we have are Nekomata, Korit, and Billy, and all of them are pretty much outdated unless you stack up their kits tremendously. My bad. And Ye Shun Wang, I almost forgot about her. And Ye Shun Wang, that goes into the problem. Ye Shun Wang, I see why they didn't make him a physical attack agent. But moving into that actual part there, Rupture is kind of, I honestly think that might be the best case scenario for him. I think Rupture might be the best case scenario for Billy. After everything that I just mentioned there, and I thought about it a little bit more while I was talking in my head. Defense shred all the way, 100% defense shred, converts HP into his sheer force, so like just his damage. But what are they gonna do with the attack? Because everyone else has something else, right? Like I think Yidhari has the crit damage, or the is it crit damage or crit rate? She converts something, like not the crit, but she benefits from it, right? Like she gives herself more of that. Ishwin gives herself crit rate with her, what is it? I literally just did a week of Ishwin like a month ago, and I completely forgot. I move on to the characters. Her W engine gives her some stuff, and then her base kit gives her some stuff as well, plus the conversion rate, right? And then all of them are able to convert a little bit of the attack into, I think, a certain percentage of sheer force, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Bonway doesn't give himself anything, does he? Just Bonway, I'm genuinely confused now. I gotta like follow Kate. I say that as if I can't just Google it, but whatever. And then Minato gives himself crit rate. I know about that one. So I don't know. This is a mystery to me right now. Like I'm pulling. They can make him like bottom 5 DPSs. I'm pulling. I don't care. He's a fucking comment writer. Yeah, with a revolver. Like I'm pulling the character. I don't care. Anyway, let's move on to Promeia. Okay, so next up we have Promeia, which I haven't caught up with the story. So I actually had no idea who Promeia was outside of people telling me like, yo, are you excited for Promeia? Iyo, are you gonna pull Promeia? Iyo, did you see Promeia? I didn't. I had no idea until you mentioned it. So like now we're here and I know about Promeia.
Judge
what does she
Promeia,
do? Let's see. What chains?
Krampus Compliance Authority.
I like her voice.
I have no interest in wasting my
Wait a minute.
time.
Time out. I'm just gonna Google it. I'm just gonna Google it real quick, and you're gonna be like, Iyo, what are you Googling? Like, you know, outside of me like showing my freaking Henty collection, right? Let me just Google Raiden Shogun real quick. I just want to Google Raiden Shogun. You know what? And I'm even gonna take it a step backwards. Let's go Raiden Mei. Let's go Raiden Mei from Honkai. I just need to compare something for a moment. Okay, you guys are gonna see what I see. You're gonna see what I see. Hold on. Is that not the same character? Is this our version of Raiden? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't think that. Well, I love that Raiden I love Raiden in every universe. Okay, if you were to ask me like my favorite character, it's probably Raiden. But I don't think I want that in Zenless. Not right now. And the reason I say not right now is because usually Raiden is an anniversary character or something along those lines, and she's extremely powerful. We have had extremely powerful characters back to back, like every other patch or so far. We have Ye Xingguang, we have Miyabi, right? The Void Hunters, if you will. And now Promeia comes out. So is Promeia also a Void Hunter? Because that would make more sense, but we just got a Void Hunter. So we're getting 2 Void Hunters in 1 year. That feels like it's breaking the rules. I'm not against that, but definitely feels like it's breaking the rules. Then on top of that, right, once we move beyond that point, looking into what the other ones do, Raiden Shogun from Genshin was primarily a DPS / sub DPS. And then I think she moved into like some ultimate battery supportive stuff at some point in time later on. We have the Honkai Raiden, which that's not fair because there's like 50 of them and they all do different things. Most of them do damage, but there's like 50 freaking Raidens in Honkai Impact 3rd. And then in Star Rail, we have Acheron. Acheron is confirmed canonically to be the Raiden that lost, if I'm not mistaken. She's the Raiden that actually saw her Kiana die. If I'm remembering the lore and the story behind that correctly, which is how she ended up in our world, and she's been like jumping between universes and stuff to fix whatever happened in her so that it never happens again and protect the other Kianas and blah 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 blah. She's busted. Maybe not anymore because obviously she's been out for so many years, but at the time of her release, she literally changed the game. She forced everything in Star Rail to catch up to it. The whole like HP inflation and power creep, whatever, started because of Acheron. And now we're here with Promeia. Do I think the same thing would happen in Zenless? No, but I think when you introduce any form of Raiden into your game, naturally some form of some type of creep will happen. I'm not gonna use animation creep because I kind of think that's just a really silly term to go off of, but ultimately maybe feature creep might be something, or like team creep. I don't know, dude. So Promeia coming into the game for what she is. Let me see what she is. Let me see. She's Anomaly, right? Of course she is. Of course. Why would she be anything else, bro? All right, so Anomaly. This makes me even more worried. Anomaly is already cracked. You guys know how I feel about Anomaly. We talk about it all the time. And giving the Raiden Anomaly, I can't see if she's a Void Hunter. I'm just blind right now, right? I can't see if she's a Void Hunter. Maybe the story, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments, excuse me, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments if she's an actual Void Hunter or not. But why I'm bringing that up is because if she is a Void Hunter, and I can see that she's ice, not a special kind of ice, just regular ice, that means that she is competing with Miyabi. Now, Miyabi has been getting cut a little bit. We already know the story of Miyabi, so introducing an Ice Anomaly agent when we already have anti-freeze, that's oh my god. I'm still super bothered by this because as cool as Ice is, no pun intended, Freeze is awesome. We can't even benefit from Freeze in the game. They're so afraid of allowing Miyabi to just exist and be the character that the I guess veteran or higher level players have unlocked her to be. Instead of just letting her exist and doing what she wants, they keep making like stupid things. This boss is ice weak. It's 100,000,000% weak to ice, by the way, with 0% ice res, but you can't freeze it. Why are we doing that? Like what for what? So I didn't even try the Seguini Sweeper, the new guy that I think is also weak to ice. Guarantee he can't be frozen. So anyway, her coming out and not being able to capitalize on freeze with all the later bosses, but I'm assuming she's gonna, maybe she does the other damage types, right? So if she can't freeze, then maybe she capitalizes on shatter, because we can see that from the new disk drives. Maybe she capitalizes on a blooms or disorders, and then that would lead you into like, okay, do you run her with another anomaly, or is she gonna be a situation where it's like Arya, where Arya really doesn't play too nice with other anomalies? She can, but she doesn't really prefer it. Is that going to be something like that with Promeia? But if it's not the case, and Promeia is essentially another variant of Miyabi, and what I mean by that is she works around the board, right? Miyabi works with every single anomaly character in the game around the board. Will Promeia work with every single anomaly character around the game in the board, or will she be completely different? I don't know. Now, I have seen some things about a new element, new attribute. I did see some stuff like that when I came over to the Twitter, and people were talking about it in the comments down below. Wind, don't quote me on that. I don't know, but that's what I've seen. So maybe she has some special tricks up her sleeve. I don't know. I'm interested in both characters. Dude, this drip feed was out of nowhere, and I normally don't do these, but anyway, I'm yapping. I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta edit this video and drop it in the same day, which means you're probably getting this at like freaking, yeah, you're definitely getting this video at like 2 a.m. Not 2 a.m. Wow. 2 p.m. I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Let me know if you're pulling anybody, if you have plans to pull any of these characters. If you're just excited about Billy as I am, or even more excited, let me know. But I'm gonna get out of here. All right, guys, more Nangong stuff coming because I gotta keep talking about her. I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Smell you later.